Art and science may seem like polar opposites, but when brought together just so, the combination can create something breathtaking. Photographer Navid Baraty has successfully done exactly that. Navid has a degree in electrical engineering, but it was his passion for photography that inspired him to travel the world working with large-scale companies. Now, one of those clients, Apple, even commissioned him to work on an installation in Chongqing, China. Navid's unique perspective has now launched him beyond this world and into space. To create these pictures, Navid uses a photo scanner and mostly edible household ingredients. On this week's full-frame close-up, Navid takes us on a photographic journey of the wonders of the universe.
I think space sort of ignites our curiosity as humans. And I've always been fascinated and had a passion for space as a kid, camping out in the backyard of my tent and my telescope set up. I think science and art can definitely mix. I'm always looking at Hubble telescope images online, and I'm inspired by a lot of the astronomy photos I see every day, like a lot of different astronomy websites I go to. So when I first created my Wander project, I made up this story that I was selected to be a part of the Wander mission, and that this was actually a spacecraft out there exploring the universe. And I was selected to be a part of this mission as the image processor because of my engineering background and my photography. And people actually believed that the photos were real. I had a lot of people fooled for a long time until I finally told them it was just me making it on a scanner out of food. I had seen other artists where they scan objects on scanners. And so when I was looking at these space photos, I thought, I wonder if I could do this on a scanner somehow, because you already have the whole black background of space when you leave the lid open. So how can I make these stars? How can I make these galaxies or these nebulas? I mean, the stars really just look like sprinklings of sugar or salt. That might work. And then, so some stars are different colors. Maybe I'll try some different color spices. So I just started experimenting on a scanner, spreading spices around and doing scans. And I actually was really surprised when the results came out the first time how close it really resembled the universe. So it's just been a whole series of experimentation, what spices work well, and how much, how little should I use, and then I moved on to liquids because that creates a lot of the swirls and the fluid and the gas clouds you see in space that you can't really get with just spices. And so it's been a whole experiment in progress, but a lot of fun. I want to go just sort of around the world and document the different observatories. I think observatories are they're just beautiful to look at, for one. These telescopes are massive and amazing, and it's just incredible when you think about us just peering out into the universe from these little tiny observatories around our planet, looking out into the heavens to find out, to sort of discover what's out there, discover our origins, discover, are we alone? So I want to sort of document that with a photo and photography. This is the original control panel here from 1917, actually, so almost 100 years old. So pretty much everything is controlled by this control panel here, and these eyepieces here were how they used to know where to point the telescope in the sky. Nowadays it's all done here on this screen digitally, so it was all very much analog almost 100 years ago. It's amazing to be here at the Mount Wilson Observatory because this is where Edwin Hubble first discovered that our universe was expanding, and he also discovered the Andromeda Galaxy. So it's neat to be in this setting of so much history, so much historical significance for astronomy. So I was an engineer. When I moved from Ohio to San Diego, I literally saw landscapes and terrain I had never seen before. It looks nothing like Ohio. I saw cliffs and mountains and the ocean. It was just so beautiful and so inspiring to me as a photographer when I got there. And I think that's really what motivated me to not stop being an engineer too, because I found myself more and more passionate about photography. Like when I was at work, I just wanted to be out photographing every day. So when I moved to New York, I started doing some real estate photography. And so that actually got me access to a lot of rooftops in New York. And then because I was getting access to so many of these nice buildings in Manhattan with amazing rooftops, I decided to do this whole aerial series of looking down on New York from above. I feel like a lot of people don't get access to a lot of the buildings that I had access to and get to see New York from so many vantage points. So I guess I found an artistic project out of a professional work that I was doing to sustain myself. So Apple contacted me to do a project in Chongqing, China at the end of 2014. They wanted to bring two artists together from different cultures to go to Chongqing and photograph the city for a new store that they were opening. And so they wanted to bring us together where she would do her artistic interpretation painting on top of my photograph that I took in the city. Chongqing is a special city because these two major rivers in China come together to form a point. And so that was really symbolic of the theme that they had for the project, to bring two artists together from different cultures, because she was born in Chongqing, so she's Chinese and I'm American. I like my photos to feel almost poetic in a way, I think. A lot of people have told me that they sort of see that with my work. I want to make the viewer just feel like they're there. I want them to be able to just really feel what I was feeling. It's often when you take a photo, even I'm disappointed sometimes because it just doesn't capture that moment that you experienced. But I want to do that as best as I can and represent that in a photo. And I hope my work does that. And with the Wander series I'm doing, I kind of want them to get more inspired, I guess, about space and to think about whether this could actually exist somewhere in the universe. just wonder if it's real or not.